Hey friends, Sean from SGT Report here with a special announcement. But before we get to that, just a quick word about Brave. The Brave browser, which you see me using right here, is unbelievable. In fact, if you want to have a good surfing experience over on Zero Hedge, use the Brave browser. No ads. Zero Hedge is turned into a pop-up ad overrun nightmare, but not when you use Brave. And guess what? Not only is Brave free to download and free to use, it's more than twice as fast as Google's Chrome. In fact, in some speed tests, Brave is 7 or 8 times faster. You know, their slogan is, "You deserve a better internet," and you really do. Brave won't spy on you, it's got a built-in ad blocker, and it's super fast. If you haven't done so yet, click the link below this video, head over to Brave, download it, and install it on your computer. It takes about 30 seconds. If you try it, you're going to love it. I'll leave the link right below. Alright guys, if this video is playing for you right now, and obviously it is, I just didn't know when we were going to post this, it means there's a brand new book out right now from my friend, author James Perloff. More details on it in just a second. But first, James, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me back on. You get an amazing show, 622,000 subscribers, and I know you get a lot more views, and you know who is letting people know.
Thanks. Yeah, I think that's true. I think that they only let us see a fraction of the view count. Right. Or, 620,000 subscribers and only 10% of my audience is watching my stuff. That may be the case.
Nah,
I don't really buy it. All right, I want to remind people who you are, James. We're going to do a screen share here. Guys, James is the author of many great books, 13 Pieces of the Jigsaw, Truth is a Lonely Warrior, The Shadows of Power, Tornado in a Junkyard, and The Case Against Darwin, both of which sparked our conversation, my #1 interview of all time with 3 million views. The elite don't want you to know God is real. In my book, James Perloff is a true American hero, and guess what? The powers that be don't want you to read his new book, and I can't even give you the title. James can't say it, nor can I, or our fascist quote-unquote friends at YouTube will just terminate this video. James, show the folks what your new book is titled.
There is the title.
Now, friends, y'all know why we can't talk about this topic. Do you think we live in the land of the free, in the home of the brave, when I can't even read that title to you? Now, here's the thing. You guys have moved heaven and earth in the past to put some of the authors I've interviewed on the bestsellers list, trending lists, on any given day based on the support of my audience. If everybody were to go right now and try to get this book, buy a copy, support James Perloff, we can get it trending. Who knows, maybe we can red pill some people who might otherwise stand in line to take Mr. Gates' magic vaccine. James Perloff, we've been friends for a long time. Congrats on the new book, and we'll keep an eye on this story because, well, frankly, you know that Jeff Bezos and Bezos blog and Amazon, they say the world's richest man, he may not let that book on his platform at all. And if that's the case, where can people get it?
Well, I will, if that happens, Sean, then I will have updates on my website, jamesperloff.com. I am working with non-Amazon printers and distributors to make sure that this book is circulated. I should mention, I recently read an article that said that Amazon has an 85% market share of the book market, so it is ideal to get it on there, even though we know it's a monopoly. It is the way to get information passed along these days.
Yeah, well, we talk a lot about the modern day book burning, bit burning, as friends of mine in the truth community call it. And it is sad to learn that Amazon controls some 85% of book distribution, especially in a world where Google controls 94% of search, and Google owns YouTube, the second biggest website on planet Earth. Boy, these foes that stand against humanity are few, but they are fierce. They're large foes, James.
Yes, and they've made a mockery out of the phrase, do your own research, because if they're controlling the research engines and they're only giving one point of view, then that really makes it impossible. And that's one reason why I came out with this new book.
James, are you familiar with the search engine owned by Microsoft? It's called Bing.
Well, I don't use it, but certainly I've heard of it.
Well, I don't like Microsoft, nor do I like Bill Gates, nor do I like the fact that Bill Gates' father was once the head of Planned Parenthood. I think we can see what the Bill Gates agenda is. But I will say this. If we go to Bing and we type in, oh look, the website, right at the very top of the page, and then the YouTube channel, just like it should be, third in line, Twitter, then even the BitChute channel. This is exactly the way it should be based on traffic. And it's the way it used to be on Google until they changed their algorithms and shadow banned websites like sgtreport.com and breitbart.com, James. These people are not only fascist, they're criminal. It's tortious interference, it's illegal, but right now they're getting away with these crimes.
Well, I noticed that when you go on YouTube and look for SGT report, you have to type in a lot of the letters before it comes up. But you know something, Sean, I didn't know that Bing was doing a better job than Google. I had not tried Bing before, so I'll bear that in mind, and thank you for sharing that with me.
Yeah, I think it's a useful tool, and that's what these things are supposed to be. They're not supposed to be politicized. They're not supposed to serve up the opinions of those that own these companies. They're supposed to be fair and level tools. And under Section 230, it looks to me like Bing is doing a far better job than Google. But of course, James, you know as well as I do, Google used to have a slogan. Remember what it was? Don't be evil.
I'm sorry.
Don't be evil. And then they did away with that slogan, don't be evil, and now I think they're overtly evil. So that is the world in which we live. And guys, I just wanted to get this out, a special news blast to help support James and his new book. James, hold it up there again, will you? And the agendas to come. Friends, this is important information. It'd make a great gift for friends and family, especially those who are among the sheeple. Our guest has been the one, the only, James Perloff. Thank you, James.
Thank you, Sean.
All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I have much more to come in the very near future, so thank you so very much for your support. A special shout out to our patrons who are keeping us in the fight for truth and real news in a world of universal deceit. And for real news, guys, please visit us directly at sgtreport.com, the antidote to corporate propaganda. God bless. Bye-bye.
When you deal with the Social Security number, you become immune to these regulations because they don't apply to you. They only apply to U.S. corporate federal citizens.